So this is the studio as seen from the back deck. So it gets lovely, it's quite early in the morning here, so it gets all the eastern sunlight on it, which is really lovely. In the pots outside I've got lime on the left and orange on the right. And I brought down my studio sign from Altona. Can you see that? It looks really nice with the mirror on it. And what do you think of the beautiful fences that I've got around it? Do you recognise them, Nola? I think they really add the finishing touch to the studio. So I've created a few paintings, cockatoo on one side, another on the other side, the black cockatoo, as we see so many of them here. Simon's made this wonderful veranda and deck, and eventually there'll be a pathway which will come all the way through the mulch. We've just started it off at the moment. So the French doors, or rather the sliding doors, were from Altona. In our bedroom, which we brought down here and repurposed. They're absolutely ideal for here. And then as you go in, you can see the floor I was talking about, which was inspired by the Marimekko flowers. I've loved those flowers ever since we first lived in Sweden. They're a Finnish design, very famous. The stools were from the Altona studio. They were pale wood. I've just painted them up to match the colour scheme. So down this end we've got a beautiful big window which was taken from this beach house. It was in the dining room. Simon put French doors in there instead. So that's absolutely ideal because I can look out here towards the conifers, and eventually when we plant it up I'm hoping there'll be loads of flowers for this view. So this end of the studio I do all the practical work on my drawing. So Simon built me a desk from an old door. I've got two of my mosaic lizards crawling up the wall. And on the desk, actually here's one of my fragmented abstracts, strata. So maybe we'll have a quick look at this while we're here. It's just much easier to see it on video, isn't it? You can see all the different fragments from all the various paintings that I made for it. So I'm actually working on this one again, although I did it over a year ago. I'm painstakingly using metallic pens to create patterns in the plain areas of the work. So these really glimmer when the light catches them, so I'm hoping that it will really add something to the work. So I've had all the walls clad in plywood, which I think's gorgeous. And this was a great find on the nature strip last week. Somebody had just thrown it out, so we just cleaned it up, added some wheels on the bottom, so it's ideal for my paints. And along here, these cupboards were in Jake's bedroom when we first moved down to Australia, so that's ideal for storage as well. Another one of my paintings. This one's Ember, and same thing, the fragmented abstracts. So I have a quick look at this while we're here, so you can get a much better idea of how these actually look when you get a chance to look at all the details. So on this side, this is the north side, so here in Australia that's where all the sun comes through. So I decided against having a window. I wanted Simon to build me these shelves, these cube shelves in plywood for all my storage. So it looks really tidy now, but I imagine as I keep using the studio it will get, they'll get pretty overflowing. There's also done a built-in desk of plywood here. So I do all my research along here. So at the window I've had shears put in which just filter the light. I mean, look at that bed head, Nola. How cool does that look? I'm so pleased with it.